In 2008, I learned that there was such a thing as sealed topics in civil engineering. And I thought that was suicidally stupid to allow that to happen. But who was I to question the system in which I lived? And so that when I discovered Dr. Victor Leve was the reference for the Augustus Dommel and Gogate's Portland Cement Association tome, the 1993 one, when I discovered the link between that and Leve 15, I told my professor, and I told the civil engineers, the Institution of Civil Engineers, in a presentation all about it. And that they didn't care. They didn't want to know because they were acting as gatekeepers. But they act as gatekeepers psychologically. They don't know they're actually acting as gatekeepers. They feel threatened by the information that I'm saying. They just don't like it. They feel repelled by it. And so they want to keep it away. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to look at that information. So they don't. And that technique is hypnotism. It's you're being convinced of something not true, and you're the one doing the convincing. Yeah? A suggestion is given to you, you believe it, and you live that lie. That it's okay to have sealed topics in civil engineering. Because when you look at 9/11 and the destruction of the Twin Towers and Building 7 and all the destruction that happened there was melting, vaporizing was occurring of the cement itself. A zone of magnetic charge was blasted through those buildings, and you turn the cement off through running it through a magnetic pole switch within the zone that you've created. And so all the reinforced concrete just falls down. So understanding about civil engineering is important, because if buildings fall down, people get killed. And so classifying nuclear physics, as they did in 1942. So the link in the middle between Vileve 15 and Dommel Gogate 93 is the first edition of the Portland Cement Association's document in 1942, the Manhattan Project. And so the engineers get that. There's a gatekeeper there, inserted. And because they're using nuclear power, they're twisting water. They actually twist hypnotism. This power of suggestion is now so powerful that you're actually hypnotized by the physicists now working on that nuclear stuff. They say it's explosions. No, those explosions is just confetti in your eyes. So you don't see what they're actually doing, just twisting your melons with the water, giving you the power of suggestion. And so the one piece of information. Right? So now there's a reference link here from Vileve 15 to 1942 gatekeeper inserted power of suggestion through nuclear manipulation inserted into society, and society progresses on a new narrative, the nuclear age. Full of lies, all full of lies that go right back to 1850, when then there's the real gatekeep began, and with Helmholtz, the Helmholtz School and the Pledge. So Maxwell and all those guys, Maxwell particularly for me a hero, came up with these fantastic mechanical means of expressing force hexagonally. That's shear force flow, and he nailed it there. It was a step away from proving that the Earth's the centre of the universe. Helmholtz School comes in with a pledge. No, you can't have the ether. So the fifth element is removed by Helmholtz. And so we have to work in a four-element world. So you're never going to find the answer because the ether's been made illegal. So the solution to the double slit is obvious. Put the ether in there. So now we've joined these documents back up again. And so I'm saying that by referencing, speaking to Augustus Dommel, a practicing professor in civil engineering, worked on 9/11 disaster committee. You can ask him about that to start with. Speak to him and speak to Lewis Witten about the history of all this. We'll understand the manipulation has begun right back there, because this is the key. It's impossible to prove that God exists. It must be impossible. God has set up a system in which you can't prove his existence. You have to have faith. You have to trust. You have to love enough. You have to experience love enough to know that God exists. You can't prove it. But at the end of times, it becomes possible. And this is the end of times. So it is now possible. So I can prove that God exists to you But you have to accept a piece of information. You have to accept about the manipulation of the water. So I'm going to expose, the disclosure is about water and the strength of water and the strength of our psyches and how you can control people by twisting the melon, and we're going to relax the melon back to natural values, and you will have self-sovereignty. You'll be trusted utterly to be self-sovereign. You decide what to do. Do what you will. Yeah, do what you will. But the morality that you carry is the morality of the center of bending of the limit of entropy, the centroid, the meter 4. That's you. So we're all the meter 4 expressed individually. So it's essential we have the same platform from which we build our differences. And that platform is a morality, a single morality around the planet of Christ is King. Yeah? New Testament, Christ is King. Off you go. And let's look at the reference now, the rest of us, science and engineering. Let's unite again with a new discipline of civil engineering, King discipline, BEng 220. BEng 0, BEng 1, BEng 2. Pinnacle BEng 220. One person holds that and runs the planet as the engineer who holds the truth, the keys. And everyone looks at that bloke and says, yes, I trust what he's saying, because he can back it up with the maths and with the physics and with the model. And I can do that. So let me do it, and then let me retire. And you get on with it. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I want to live on the planet the theory promised me. I've been wanting that for 4 years. And I'm now going to get it. But you've got to give me the keys. I know, it's a big ask. Follow the Rebel King.